What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dude, we're gonna fly all the way to Los Angeles, the home of the Los Angeles Lakers. Can I get a boo sound effect? I hate the Lakers. I used to be, stop the show. I'm actually originally from LA. Before moving to Sacramento, I used to be a hardcore Lakers fan, but I now like the Kings because I am more from Sacramento. So all Lakers fans, F you. Okay, so let's get here to your boy LeBron. All right, now LeBron, really great generational talent. Although my boy Rob Parks thinks he's better than Jordan. Stop, that's cap. Rob Parks is smoking that shit. But anyways, LeBron's a great player. But one of the things I will say, he's one of the greatest athletes outside of the camera, outside of, let's say, Muhammad Ali. And he brings a lot of attention to social injustice. Now, I don't agree with a lot of liberal talking points that LeBron James has, but listen, man, the guy is definitely pro-black. You know, him and other players in his generation have definitely, pushed the conversation to the table. Him and Rich Paul, they've changed how sports is going to be managed from now on with black players and giving black players more autonomy. He'll be a billionaire pretty soon. I mean, I love everything what LeBron's doing, and a lot of things that he's done in the game is bring awareness to social issues happening with African Americans, with police brutality and racial injustice. Now, we can't say those things don't happen because they do. Now, there was a player by the name of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, okay? Now, he's a very talented soccer player, and he plays in, I think in the Swedish league. Now, that last name would probably indicate he's from somewhere else, possibly. I don't know if he's because Ibrahimovic sounds like a Russian last name, but although he was probably born in Sweden, that's what I'm thinking, that he's probably not Swedish, but born to someone else. Another. I don't know if he's from Bosnia or something like that, but it doesn't sound like a Swedish person, although he's born to Sweden, probably immigrated there. Okay, and he said that people like LeBron James should avoid involving themselves in political matters and focus only on sports. I don't like when people with the status speak about politics. Do what you're good at doing. Now, this is interesting because LeBron points out that Ibrahimovic was complaining about racism in I believe in Sweden or Switzerland, about being misjudged with his last name, right? Because his last name is not a Swedish last name. Right? He felt like there was certain, racism going on and things like that. And so, which is hypocritical, right? Because he's complaining about those same things. But yet, Ibrahimovic, the thing I like about this guy is that, number one, you don't understand the African American plight. I think you should speak on what you know about, which is Switzerland or Sweden or wherever it is. Okay? When it comes to black players, right, and I think the issue is this: whites around the world feel like, you know what, you're rich, you're playing sports, you should be lucky they're paying you. Like, just shut up and just play the sports. Don't use your status to talk about things, that are affecting your people. And I can understand that because in the days of, let's say when I was coming up, and you guys know what I'm talking about, that's from the 90s, Michael Jordan didn't speak out on racism. Charles Barkley was an excellent player and said, listen, I'm not your role model. Athletes, didn't have the social media platform to talk about what's going on in the sports. They may not have agreed with certain things, but Magic Johnson, people like that, Dr. J, they played sports and that was it, But the thing is this: what LeBron's ideology is doesn't negate what he does as a basketball player. Okay? as an athlete, he does what he does. I mean, he's number one. Stop the show. He's a much better basketball player than Ibrahimovic is a soccer player. Can I get a ooh sound effect? You know, and the thing is this. Even though I don't agree with some of the things that LeBron is talking about, or sometimes even crying about in certain cases, LeBron is doing an excellent job, you know, in helping African Americans get a leg up in certain aspects of business. He's helped a lot of African Americans get, you know, free college. You know, he's done things. You know, he's legit, and he's bringing a lot of people to the platform by talking about what's going on, which puts the pressure on the system in some aspects to really know, like, yo, LeBron can wake up not only just black people, but he has the ability to affect a lot of people, right? And I think that, you know, with African Americans being in a different position than other groups, yeah, we need more people to talk about our issues. We don't own, you know, a lot of professional TV stations or a lot of news outlets and things like that. So when you have somebody like LeBron that speaks up on these issues, I think it's a great thing, you know. And here comes the white man trying to tell the black man, hey, you need to shut up, you know, and just be glad you're playing sports. But that's some people's mentality, you know. I forgot who said something like this. I think if it was like Brett Favre talking about Deshaun Watson a few months ago. Like, look, athletes are paid a lot of money. You know, we should just play. Now, he was including himself in the conversation on that, not just, you know, about policies. Because Deshaun Watson is, you know, wanting to trade. But listen, there's that mentality amongst athletes that we make a lot of money, you know. So we should be happy that we're making a lot of money and just play. But, like I said, in the case of LeBron James, I just don't feel like the guy, Ibrahimovic, has any right, you know, specifically when you don't know the history of African Americans, you don't know what African Americans go through in the United States, you're ignorant to that fact, you don't know. If it was your people that were suffering the same circumstances, surely you would want somebody to speak up in your behalf. And you know, it's another case of the white man telling you know, LeBron to shut up and dribble. And LeBron, I think he checked him very efficiently. You know, he understood who he was dealing with and didn't get upset, didn't curse the guy out or anything. But you stop the show. You know, if it was me, I would give him that work. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment pinned to the top, check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts, and as you know, the buffoonery remaining the all-time high. I'm out.